Progeny is a game of exploration and survival in the vastness of space. You must evolve your race in order to survive planets that are increasingly hostile until you find Gaia, a new homeworld for your people. In order to succeed, you must breed 6 species with one another to create hybrid generations, each better adapted to various environments. You are searching for Gaia, the ideal planet. If you succeed in colonizing Gaia, you win. Each time you explore a new sector of the galaxy, at every turn, there is a small and cumulative chance to find Gaia. Generally, you will find Gaia at around 10 to 15 turns, rarely before or after. Every turn you will discover a new sector of the galaxy and will have 10 actions at your disposal. Exploring a planet with the scan button will cost you an action, but will reveal the minimum requirements of each game characteristics: fire, water, earth, air, cyber, spirit, for the hybrid you will send to colonize the planet. A couple planets are special. Some are highly inhospitable. Others have local species with which you can breed your hybrids. Some are richer in minerals, whereas others are poorer. Higher mineral content may help you discover rare and powerful artifacts. What you will be primarily looking for is breeding new hybrids better adapted to the hostile worlds ahead. To create a new hybrid, go to the Breed screen. On the left, drag a species that you wish to evolve and that will become a new hybrid. On the right, drop in a species that will breed but which will remain the same after the crossbreed. For each new crossbreeding, a species gains a generation. This is important. The bigger the gap of generations between species, the more powerful that new hybrid will be. For example, to create the most powerful 5th generation possible, it is better to crossbreed a generation 4 to a generation 0 than with another generation 4. Be careful, however. In order to remain compatible between themselves, you cannot breed 2 species with a larger gap than 4 generations. You can breed a generation 4 to a generation 0, but not a generation 5 to a generation 0. As you now know, on each turn, you have the ability to use 10 actions. And what costs the most is the breeding process. Crossbreeding 2 species of the same generation will create a weak hybrid, but will cost you but a single action. Conversely, the bigger the gap of generations between species will guarantee a stronger hybrid, but will cost you more actions to complete the breeding. It is important to note that at times, a spontaneous mutation can happen on the breeding, offering a significant bonus to one or more of the characteristics of a new hybrid. When all of your actions are spent, it is time to place your final species on the spaceship Progeny and to press the button Colonize. You begin the game with a population of 100. If this score ever drops to 0 or less, you lose. When you colonize a new planet, the 6 characteristics found on the planet are compared to that of your incoming hybrid. If the characteristics of the hybrid are superior or equal to the characteristics of the planet, then you gain new population. If it is inferior, you will lose 1 from your population score by point of difference in each characteristics. It is therefore possible to lose up to 120 from your population on a single turn, if the colonization has totally failed. You also have another tool available in which you will use your actions in the menu Research. When you arrive on the planet, you can mine its surface with the Drill button. Each time you press Drill, you use an action and augment your chances of finding a powerful artifact. The percentage of uncovering a better artifact is displayed at the bottom right of your screen. When you are ready, you can press the Fabricate button. This does not cost you any actions, and you will see what your scientists have discovered. To activate those artifacts, you must equip them. You may have up to 3 artifacts equipped at any time. Warning: Some artifacts can only be used once, and their effect might only work on the following turn, not your current active turn. Be mindful on how and when you use them. One of the most powerful artifacts allows you to summon Gaia, which will appear on the following turn. If you have one population left after colonizing it, you will have won the game. Acquiring artifacts can be a winning strategy. You begin the game with a single white costume with no advantages at all. As you play the game, winning or losing, you will unlock new costumes with different powerful effects. Some will augment your chances of finding rare artifacts, others will grant you more actions, etc. You can choose your costume on the main screen before launching a new game. Each one will give you a different experience of the game and will give you the chance to break new records. Progeny is a challenging game, and you will surely find the first victory elusive. The best strategy in the beginning is without doubt spending an action to scan a neighboring planet, then going to the breed screen to create the strongest hybrid possible to colonize it. First crossbreed a generation with another, then the new generation 1 with a generation 0, then this new generation 2 with a third generation 0. Your new generation 3 should be able to colonize the first planet. You have 3 remaining actions left. You are now free to play around with breeding a generation 1, then 2 for future crossbreeds, or you might want to spend those actions in drills in order to discover powerful artifacts. If you haven't scanned a planet in the beginning, you take the risk to land on a highly inhospitable world without knowing it. But you would have access to one more action, which would allow you to crossbreed your generation 3 with a generation 0, therefore obtaining a powerful generation 4 hybrid. You are now on your own. Determine what might be the best strategy for short and long-term survival in this long voyage, which will finally lead your people of mutants to their promised land.